What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Movie Crack, my movie review marathon for Halloween, day 2. Anticipation is high for VHS Halloween coming to Shudder tomorrow. And with that being said, for day 2, I've decided to review VHS 85 with all the excitement. So, VHS 85 is like all the other VHS movies in the series. It's a compilation of a few different stories in one, all spooky, all fucked up in their own way, all scary, gory, good stuff. Let's get into it. So, starting with the stories, well, this movie has it all. It's batshit crazy like most of the other VHS. You have everything from serial killers to digital demons in this movie. It's fucking bad shit. So the best story by far in the movie, in my opinion, is the one that includes the serial killer. This story puts a very unique twist on the manhunt for this guy and the events leading to his identity. And that's all I'll say. This story is also probably one of the most visually disturbing stories, in my opinion, in the movie. It's very gory. Two stories in this VHS actually also kind of tie together in a way, without giving any spoilers away, but it's pretty well done. There's also a story involving a college university campus and an experiment that's going on in that campus. I also thought that this aspect of the movie was very good as well. The remaining two main stories, however, were the weakest in my opinion. One of them includes a digital headset, and the other includes an earthquake. And that's all I'll say about them, but probably the weakest out of all the stories, in my opinion. That being said, they still had the gore and they still had the jump scares here and there, so it was entertaining in that sense, but definitely the weakest out of all the stories. I found the other stories much more entertaining. As for characters, I mean, it's a VHS movie. VHS movies never really have strong characters because of all the stories kind of mixing together. There's some highlights, but none that are very memorable. The pacing, I will say, the pacing in this movie is very fast. It's around a 2 hour movie, I believe. Um, but because it's so fast, you get all of these different tones kind of clashing, and I didn't find that it always worked. For example, you have one sequence where there's lots of gore and scariness, and then it does like a whole VHS, and then it comes back into focus, and it's like a yoga class. And I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, the pacing, the movie was definitely a roller coaster ride, but the pacing as far as tone goes was a bit all over the place for me. Story and pacing, VHS 85, I'm gonna go 3 out of 5. Not so bad, boys. Moving on to visuals and direction. The visuals in this movie for a handheld footage movie were pretty good. There's definitely a combination of practical effects for the gore and things like that, and a combination of CGI for stories that have a bit more of a sinister element. The CGI is never really bad enough to kind of take you out of the movie, though. It's pretty decent, in fairness. The creative direction, as I said, you have lots of different stories and lots of different tones. Sometimes there's dark humor, sometimes there's lots of gore, sometimes there's lots of intense scares, and it all kind of comes together in this big blotchy mess. It doesn't always work, in my opinion. So, visuals and direction for this one, I'm gonna go 3 out of 5. Easy money. Last but not least, sound and score. Look, it's a handheld footage movie. You know what you're going to get. Lots of microphone thudding, lots of bangs, lots of very highly pitched tone drum sounds. So, sound wise, pretty standard. Music, I mean, I don't even know if there was music in this movie. That's how forgettable it is. So, 80s, 90s classic horror movies. That's where you go for the good scores, huh? So yeah, sound and score for me, VHS 85, 2 out of 5, man. Pretty fucking whack. So there you have it, folks. 2.6 out of 5 final score for VHS 85. Definitely not the strongest in the series by no means, but still worth a watch to get hyped for VHS Halloween coming out tomorrow, which I've heard great things about already. They're calling it the new Trick or Treat, and if you know what that movie is, that's quite a big fucking statement. But hey, if you like this movie talk, if you like this movie crack, stick around. Don't be a sausage. Subscribe, like, hit the bell. We have a TikTok as well if you want to head over there for a little look. That being said, see you in the next one. Hopefully it's a good one. Good luck.